And to continue our conversation on the state of the South African Post Office, we're now joined by COSATU spokesperson Zanele Sabela. A very good evening to you. Thank you so much for your time. I mean, the South African Post Office's entities, business rescue practitioners, were a no-show today without a valid explanation, one that has really, triggered MPs to now look and seek legal recourse of some sort. And they've been failing to appear for months. What do you make of the situation?
Hi, Paul. Thank you so much for having us. So the business rescue practitioners, obviously, I mean, they must appear to account for the work that they have been doing. But in the same vein, government itself, I think Ululama mentioned the fact that the current Deputy Minister of the Department of Communications and Digital Technologies was the minister at some point in time. And there was a court ruling that said government must provide 3.8 billion towards the rescue of the post office. And so that money hasn't really been forthcoming. They're supposed to currently, the next tranche is supposed to be 1.4 billion. It is not in the budget. The budget that, is there, we're waiting for it to pass. It doesn't appear to be in there. So at the same time that the business rescue practitioners can't rescue this particular entity if they don't have the funds that they were promised, the funds that they're supposed to use to actually put this business plan that they have into operation. They do not have the funds. And so I think it's not just the business practitioners that are at fault. Mm-hmm. There's also the fact that government itself just hasn't come to the party. The committee itself hasn't held government to account. So no one seems to, as much as I heard, there are very, very strong statements that were made today, but no one seems to understand the agency. The reason why, the only reason why the judge actually just stopped it, it was like literally teetering on the verge of liquidation. Yes. The only reason was because the minister signed an affidavit saying he would provide the 3.8 billion. And now here we sit and everyone is talking tough, but we have workers. Some have been retrenched, unfortunately, and there was a very difficult period when, quite frankly, they were not even given their forms to go claim UIF. And so the people that have been hardest hit here are the workers. And if the post office actually goes into liquidation, it will be a terrible thing, because when you look at the footprint of the post office, there is no other. I mean, let's be honest. There is no other entity that has that kind of footprint, and it's crucial, especially in rural areas. And there's so much that can be done with the post office, and to have everyone just talking tough and not doing anything is really, really quite sad.
I mean, as you try and assess both sides in terms of accountability and really just looking at exactly how urgent this matter is it not then really important for the practitioners to be there to account for what has been spent and ensure that they're there to call for the money that is outstanding? Because the understanding is that they're also needing an additional 2 billion rand. I don't know if that's on top of what was agreed on already, but the only way to move the process is to have them come. They can't miss 2 meetings because, as you say, workers are suffering. I mean, the communities themselves are wondering what will happen without the SA Post Office.
It is crucial that they show up. That's true. In February, actually, Treasury actually gave them 150 million. But how they talk about it, how they like even the workers at the post office speak about it. They speak about it as this is money that's just enough to make sure that workers get paid, and also to keep those post offices that haven't been closed, to keep them operational. Because you'll understand, if you go to Ashipilong or in Guyani, and maybe that's the only place where old women and men can go receive their grant from there. This is where, and this is the thing, the post office can actually start to serve that kind of purpose, where people go there to receive government services. We do it currently, where we go and pay for our car discs to make sure that our cars are valid, our car licenses are valid, and so a lot more can be done with the post office, but this it's been going on for too long.
Yeah.
And to imagine that the only way they could actually stop it, because it was the property companies that the post office leases property from, to keep those post offices open, that were actually saying, let's liquidate this thing. And to stop that, they went into business rescue. But the money must come. You can't rescue a business if there is no money coming. The business rescue practitioners must also show up. They can't send representatives. But apparently, from what I hear, they actually sent a team. And so there's also this thing that the team obviously was there with information. And so there is a lot of posturing of saying, why aren't they here when the information is right here? You can get the information, but the money is critical. The money must come. And it's actually really worrying that the next tranche doesn't seem to be in the budget. The 1.4, because like I said initially, it's supposed to be 1.4 that's forthcoming now, and it doesn't seem to be in the budget.
Yeah, because what we've heard is how much pressure it's putting on limited resources. But thank you very much for speaking to us this evening. We're going to have to leave it there with COSATU spokesperson Zanele Sabela.